Should I refresh it?
Yeah, you'll have to change the stream. Oh, wait, there you go.
Wait for it to catch up for a second, then we'll get started. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ashley with 9 Health, and thanks for joining us. This is Health Happens, our weekly Facebook Live show where we're talking all things health. And since it is January, probably on most people's minds are our New Year's resolutions. And so who better to talk to us today than our friend Charles, who is a psychiatry resident at the University of Colorado, and he's also a health coach. So he's got some good information for us today. No matter what where you're at in your step with your New Year's resolutions, we are here to help. So if you have any questions on how to get back on track, or if you want to share your success, we'd love to hear that too. So sound off in the comments and join the conversation. But let's get started with Charles. So thanks for joining us.
Of course.
On this nice cold morning.
Yeah.
I feel like I always comment on the coldness, but it's always very cold in here.
Appreciate it.
So Charles, tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. So I'm a third-year psychiatry resident at University of Colorado. I'm sorry, I also have a frog in my throat.
Oh, no.
I went to med school here in Colorado. I got my master's in public health, studying 9 health fairs.
How about that?
I love it. Yeah, you guys do really fantastic work.
Thank you.
And now I'm my third year of residency, learning how to be a psychiatrist.
Excellent. Okay, good. So you love to get into the whys and all of that of the mind.
Yeah.
Great. And you were on our show Health Happens a couple of weeks ago talking with us about mindfulness and New Year's resolutions. So we thought it'd be kind of nice to circle back with you and check in. So just for fun, what would you guess some of the top New Year's resolutions are? I bet you can guess some of them.
Oh, yeah. We hear a lot of these in our clinic. Wanted to cut down on maybe it's alcohol, tobacco, losing weight, being more active, things generally around addiction or happiness and
Just
activity.
Overall bettering yourself.
Yep.
Cool. So in your opinion, what are the components of like a good goal or a good resolution?
The way I think about it and the way I talk to my patients about it is something that is really well-defined. It's not getting outside, but it's going outside at a specific time or a specific number of times per week, something that is really specific. And then another component is something that's really realistic. That deals a lot with being honest with yourself. What can I do? But it's also something that you can check in with yourself and manipulate over time to make it really achievable.
Absolutely. That brings up a good point. A lot of times you can realize that maybe you have attained your goal or you have had success with your resolution. So if someone is struggling, what advice do you have for them?
Don't give up.
First and foremost, don't give up.
It's almost end of January, and statistically, 80 to 90% of people have already given up on their New Year's resolutions. Don't do that. Don't give up. Instead, just reevaluate that goal, that New Year's resolution. What is it that isn't working, or is it too vague, or is it too specific? Is it too much, too little? Or do you have to kind of get around something? I was sick this weekend, and one of my New Year's resolutions was to get out more.
Not gonna happen.
And I'm sick. So not giving up, giving yourself a little bit of leeway, and then helping to go back to that goal. Sometimes really writing it down, having something written down specific and attainable can allow you to go back maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks in, and see what are the words that I wrote down and what are some new words, some new resolutions that I can take from that to keep yourself more honest with yourself.
Yeah, I've even heard too of people setting a little daily reminder on their phone and just having it pop up like every day at the same time, just a reminder what they're doing and maybe even why they're doing it.
Yeah, using electronic tools and gadgets, fantastic. That will help remind you whether it's to be active, eat right, or check in with your goal daily. I really love that 9 Health Fair app. It's fantastic.
Have you been using it?
I've looked at it. I have not used it.
eWell would be perfect for something like this. eWell is one of our new 9 Healthy tools, and it just kind of helps you remind yourself to be just check in with yourself every day about your mood and your sleep and your activity and your food, all of our good stuff. So nice plug, Charles. If you want to check it out.
It made me so happy
when I saw really?
that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you guys are doing such a good work. So
Thank you. We appreciate that. Check that out at 9healthfair.org. eTools. Check that out. So we talked about, like, a lot of times you may realize that your resolution might need some tweaking. It might not be right for you. So if you had to come up with a new resolution, I just found some really cool ideas for new resolutions, like watch more movies that were directed by women. That's pretty specific.
Yeah.
And you can do that.
I love that one. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. It's so specific. It's really attainable. And you can even like put the number to it.
Yeah. Watch one movie a month.
One a month. It's fantastic. And it gets you out of that mindset or that drive that you has to be around activity and weight loss.
Yeah.
Kind of breaks that cycle in a really great way.
Maybe someone has already like really conquered their healthy eating. So congratulations. Right. We do have a question from Wanda. So she says, so far she's been doing great with her resolution of eating healthy and losing weight. And she says that her key has been to plan ahead by buying healthy groceries, meal preparation, and scheduling time in my agendas to exercise. So it kind of sounds like, Wanda, you have it figured out, right? Like making a plan, you have to prepare for success.
Yeah, we think about tweaking the goals that don't work. You can even tweak the goals that do work. It sounds like she's kind of like taking healthy food into her house, and then healthy food comes out of that house. That's a great idea.
And Wanda, I'm having some technical difficulties here. I can't see your question.
It says, how do I keep motivated without becoming bored with the food or the activity?
How do I keep motivated without getting bored by that day in, day out?
Yeah. Question, what is it that's, if you can reply to us, what is it that's boring you? Is it the vegetables, the taste, the profile? Is it the style of food that you feel like you're constrained to? There's some really good blogs out there talking about spicing up some veggie dishes, or is it portions? You know, we'd love to hear back from you more specifically about what is it that maybe isn't working. But those are just some ideas and some resources. You
know, and a couple of weeks ago, we were at Johnson & Wales University.
Oh, yeah.
And he, the chef there, was teaching us about different varieties of fruit. He even made a barbecued jackfruit. So thinking outside the box.
That's so cool.
I know, right? And it looked like pulled pork. Wow. So it was really a unique dish. And for anyone that is looking for something new, we have those recipes on our blog at 9healthfair.org. But Wanda, if you have a moment to write back to us, we'd love to continue this conversation with you. But in the meantime, we'll kind of keep going. So another unique resolution that I found that I thought was really cool was schedule time to be bored. Yeah. And that is pretty important. Like you need that time to just unplug your brain a little bit.
Yeah. I think bored has that kind of like the warning of like, if I'm bored, then I'm not happy. If I'm bored, I'm not productive. Yeah. It has like this label. But time to be bored is something unique and challenging. It's something that I feel like a lot of us try to get away from. But, you know, being bored or taking time for yourself, be mindful, to meditate, to think about your day or reflect, really helpful for yourself.
That's what I was just thinking. Maybe instead of saying, I'm going to schedule time to be bored, just call it something different. Like, it's just meditation. That's what it is, right?
Exactly. I'm going to take a warm bath and just kind of think about my day.
And I might be bored, but that's good.
Yeah.
That's okay. And the other one, too, this one that my coworker and I, Liz, were talking about this morning is do one thing that scares you, knowing that you're going to be rejected. So ask someone every day something you know they're going to say no to. That one? Do you like that one? What do you think about that?
When I think about it, like, I don't know. Like, knowing you're going to be rejected, like, I don't know.
what that looks like for your mental health, exactly.
But, yeah, I wonder what that looks like for some people. Or what is it? But it seems like it's getting yourself familiar with, like, possibility of failure or something like that. Breaking that routine of like, I have to succeed, I have to do well. It's okay.
It's okay to hear no. It's okay to fail.
It's okay.
It's all right. So we talked a little bit about people that maybe have made progress in their resolution, and you should take time to celebrate that, right?
Big time.
And that's a big piece of continuing the success or continuing the progress. So what do you think someone should do when they've actually achieved it? Or what's a good way to celebrate that maybe doesn't involve eating or sugar or, you know?
Yeah, that classic American tendency to celebrate with food or celebrate with sugar, you know, that we can definitely break that or keep it in line with your goals. Maybe that's celebrating with others, posting online, or in some way, shape, or form, celebrating in a way that you don't have to kind of backslide on your goal. Maybe it is a cheat day, maybe it's not, but defining something that works really well for you or just celebrates what it is that you've done.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point, you're you're the minority. You're 1 in 10, or you're 1 in 5 who's been really sticking with this goal. So you're doing a fantastic job.
So celebrate it.
Yeah.
Pat yourself on the back a little bit.
Make a banner. Get out there.
There you
Have
go.
fun.
Go to Kinko's. Make
you
a
deserve
banner.
it.
Throw yourself a parade.
Yes.
Little things. And it's something I've been thinking about myself is that I've really enjoyed the fresh start feeling this year. I don't know what it is, but I've just really been like, it's January 1st. It's a new year. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, how could I recreate that feeling like every so often, couple of months? And I don't think that has to do with like popping champagne and like having fireworks, but is there a way that we can kind of just recreate that fresh feeling every so often?
Yeah, when I think about it, I think about like being mindful or checking in, just taking a little bit of time to think about all the things you've done,
Mm-hmm.
the success that you've had, to really checking in on yourself, or even doing like a few minutes just meditation, guided meditation,
Mm-hmm.
to kind of leave you feeling rejuvenated, happy about what you've accomplished, and really, really being mindful of what you've done. It's so easy to just skip ahead and diminish what you've already achieved.
Mm-hmm.
It's very common in our society. But taking that time to be mindful of what you've done is huge.
Talk to me about the guided meditation. Is that something someone could do on their own? Do they need to like ask or come up with a few questions to ask themselves beforehand, or?
There are a lot of different meditations.
Mm-hmm.
There are some that are guided on YouTube. You can just type in, 2-minute meditation,
Nice.
or even 3 minutes meditation guided anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really can be specific. There are also some apps that you can get on your phone. But really, if you kind of set yourself up to kind of meditate on what you want, kind of saying out like you wrote out, meditate on what I'm proud of, or meditate on my accomplishments, it can really pick you up.
And what I'm hearing though is that to focus on something positive. Don't focus on where I've fallen short this past week, or focus on all the terrible things I ate, but instead think of what you've done, what the positive things.
Yeah, we're so good at beating ourselves up, and we're so good at highlighting the things that we've done wrong in a day. But really, we can easily reverse that. Think about the great stuff that you did, great things you've done towards this goal, or even in your daily life.
I love that. Well, we're going to post all of this information on our blog in the next couple hours or so. So if you want to share this with someone that maybe you think would help them out, we'd love for you to do that. Check out 9healthfair.org, or you can share this on your Facebook page. Sharing is caring. That's what they say. So, no matter where you are in your resolutions, we want to help you either stay on track or get back on track. So 9 Health Fair is here to help you however we can. Thanks so much for joining us, Charles.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure. You've got great information, so thank you for sharing your time with us. Be sure to check in with us next week. It's almost 9 Health Fair season, so we're going to be talking about how our screenings can help you detect certain important health issues. So tune in then. Health happens at 11 a.m. on Tuesdays. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great day.